A hidden chamber was discovered under Oak Island, and Emma Culligan believes it might be the biggest clue ever. While digging through thick, wet dirt, a wooden board appeared, which Rick and his team knew was the beginning of something huge. The board was not just some old wood, but it might be the beginning of something bigger. The President of the US sent the military and closed the island due to the discovery. Emma Culligan's tests showed that the concrete had Portland cement in it, possibly from Quebec, between the 19th and 19th centuries. This tells them it was human intentional and strategic. The wall of rocks was also placed with purpose, lined up like someone had a blueprint, and beneath that, even more signs of a tunnel or chamber were buried. Rick thought that if this is the flood tunnel and it lines up with the old maps, then they might be onto something real. The structure is buried over 30 feet down, not just sitting around for anyone to trip over. In the war room, Emma laid out her findings, not flashy, but facts. The concrete was old but not ancient, and the sand and gravel matched local stuff, Nova Scotia to be exact. That told them whoever made it was nearby, knew the land, and had the tools. The timing of the discovery fit with the Restall's attempts to seal off the flood tunnel. Back in the 1960s, they were convinced they were close to figuring it out. Maybe what the team found now is what the Restalls left behind after trying to plug up the ocean itself. But the question hung over the room like a storm. Every clue, every rock, and old piece of wood whispered the same thing. There's something here. Something someone didn't want anyone else to find. But just when things got serious, the concrete started pointing to something bigger than anyone thought. The group didn't jump up or cheer loudly, but their eyes gave everything away. There was a fire in them, a deep, quiet strength. They weren't about to walk away. Not now. Not when the signs were lining up in such a clear way. Not when they might be standing only a few feet from something that's been hidden for hundreds of years. The big question comes in. Why would anyone, whether it was one person or a whole group, go through all of this? Why would someone dig deep into the earth, carve out tunnels, let water flood through them, and then make it even harder by throwing in traps and covering the whole thing with layers of beams, rocks, and cement? That's not just hard work. It's the kind of task that takes serious thinking, a lot of planning, and a good amount of money. The only reason that really makes sense is that something valuable was hidden there. Something real, something you can hold in your hands, something heavy, maybe gold or jewels, or both. Emma Culligan, a researcher and archaeologist, has been working on the mystery of the Restall family's discovery of buried gold on an island for over 2 centuries. Her journey began with her early years in Japan, where she spoke Japanese before learning English. She quickly switched gears and adapted to the field of engineering, which required focus, precision, and stamina. Emma's time at Memorial University of Newfoundland was spent as a research assistant in the archaeology department, where she learned by doing and handling real artifacts. She also worked in Calgary at a zoo, dealing with visitors and public questions, building her people skills and patience. After an internship at the Nova Scotia Department of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal, Emma learned the grind of public sector work. As a material technician at Amick Foster Wheeler, she pushed even deeper into the technical world, focusing on materials testing, quality checks, and data. In her later years, Emma landed a job at Frontier Subsea Inc., where she was in charge of underwater sites examining what most people never even think about, what lies beneath the surface. This took more than knowledge. It took guts. In Season 10 of the History Channel's hit show, The Curse of Oak Island, Emma joined as an archaeometallurgist, studying metal from ancient times and determining its origins. She used tools like X-ray fluorescence and X-ray diffraction to scan artifacts and help the team determine if they had stumbled onto something rare, old, or even from another continent. One standout moment was when she analyzed a lead object, breaking down its composition and offering insight into its possible backstory. Off-camera, Emma has a big idea. She wants to create a worldwide shared database of artifacts. This database would allow archaeologists and historians to input data from items they find and match them to others across the globe. Emma is already working with places like the Fortress of Louisbourg, Acadia University, and the Black Loyalist Heritage Society to make connections between past and present, learning where people went, what they carried, and how they built the world we live in. This idea is not about showing off, but about making connections between past and present, learning where people went, what they carried, and how they built the world we live in. Emma is pulling this off by teaming up with real institutions, not just throwing ideas into the wind. Emma Hardin, a popular TV host and actress, is known for her unique approach to life and her ability to bring people together. She has a deep connection with her mother, Shirley Hardin, and believes that family and culture are crucial in her life. Growing up in Japan, Emma learned to see the world with curiosity and respect, picking up ideas and influences from every stop. The show Oak Island was created by Emma because she was good at what she did, not because she wanted to be a fan favorite. Her work wasn't scripted, but it mattered and helped the audience understand why old metal bits can tell a whole story about people long gone. Oak Island is a tiny island near Nova Scotia, Canada, that has been hiding information about life itself with the way people treat it. For over 200 years, people have been digging, guessing, dreaming, and sometimes even dying there, all because they think there's some big treasure buried deep underground. But the truth is mostly just a whole lot of mud and disappointment. In 1795, 3 teens stumbled across a weird dip in the ground and found wooden planks laid out like steps in a shaft. They quickly called it the Money Pit, assuming someone had gone through a lot of trouble to hide something valuable. No one really knows if that hole was man-made or just a natural sinkhole that tricked some bored kids. The story spread like wildfire, and the island's reputation as a treasure hotspot was born. Since then, people have found odd things, such as a copper coin from the 1600s, a lead cross that might be even older, and tiny pieces of old paper. However, these scraps have sparked wild theories, such as Pirate Captain Kidd hid his loot there, the Knights Templar burying the Holy Grail, or even the Ark of the Covenant, Shakespeare's lost plays, or Marie Antoinette's missing jewels. The land itself adds to the confusion, with a triangle-shaped swamp and a line of boulders shaped like a giant cross called Nolan's Cross. Smith's Cove also got excited when they found coconut fibers there, which people jumped on the idea that someone from far away had to bring them. The curse, which says that 7 people have to die before the treasure can be found, keeps people both scared and excited about the island. In the age of technology, people have used radar, sonar, drilling machines, and other fancy tools to find strange underground shapes. However, no chest full of gold or glowing grail has been found, making the island a legal maze. TV shows and books have only made things crazier, with fans all over the world watching for fun, or getting pulled into the theories like it's a real-life treasure map. The hidden chamber on Oak Island is left with a few coins, a broken cross, swampy guesses, and many holes in the ground.